Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I got in another flashlight to take a look at. This one's coming from Guardtier and the model is the M70. This is going to be a very compact light. It's supposed to have really good performance numbers. Should be a pretty decent EDC light. And it's from a company that I've never heard of before, so I'm actually kind of excited to test it out. So stick around if you want to learn about it. We'll do a real quick unboxing. We'll go over all the features and specifications. We'll go over the user interface of the light. I'll give you guys some beam shots and then give some thoughts on it. So they obviously have their name and the model number and a picture of the light. That's about the only other information on the box other than the Amazon sticker. So let's get into it and see how they packed everything. We're gonna have a manual right up on top. Looks like the light. And looks like we got a charging cable. And then a couple spare O-rings. That cable was type A to type C. I will quickly show you the manual just in case there are things that I leave out on this video, or in case you buy this light and then lose your manual. You can always come back to this video for reference. And it looks like they have a 1-year warranty on this light. Alright, let's see what this M70 looks like. So branded there, model there. You see it's very compact, probably the size of a finger. Just kind of looking at the different design texture. No heat sink that I see up on the head. Looks like we got a little film up here on the lens. Take that off. We're going to have a two-way pocket clip, so this can go down in your pocket. Can also be worn like on a hat. It does have a rear tail that is not rubberized, like it's a little bit slippery. Some texturing back here. Again, some kind of designs on the body. Just kind of looking over the anodization. Everything looks great with it. It does not feel slippery really in the hand. It feels like there's enough grip and stuff that's through here. So this is going to be made out of some type of, like, I think it's a 6061 aluminum with the type 3 hard anodization. I'm not sure what LED they're using in it. They're saying that it is a 3.7 volt system. From the size of it, it appears to probably be like a 14500. But you cannot service that battery. Like, there's no way to like take it out. The way that we're going to charge this is you actually just turn this head and it will expose the USB-C port, but you cannot get into the battery. The charge time on that, if it's fully depleted, is around 2 hours. The waterproof rating on it is IP65 and it is drop tested to 1 meter. Grab some dimensions. We're looking at a length of 3.83 with a diameter of 0.87. And we're looking at a total weight of 2.2 ounces. So this M70 is going to be very simple to use. We're basically going to have 5 modes. You're going to have low, medium, high, turbo, and a strobe. You can see all of the outputs and run times there, but we're going to have a minimum of 10 lumens, a max of 1100 lumens. So to turn the light on or off, you're just going to press the rear switch one time. This does have mode memory, so we're in the lowest setting right now. If you want to cycle through the outputs, you press and hold. But I'll show you turn it off first. So just single press turns on, single press turns off. So once we're on, press and hold. That's going to go up to the medium. Press and hold. That's going to go up to our high. I'll shut it off there. Wait a bit. Turn it back on. We're going to be on a high again. And again, that's supposed to be the 1100 lumens. The camera, it's called PWM. That's why you see a little bit of the flashing that's there. With the regular eyes, you do not pick that up. If you want to get to the turbo, you can do that from being off or on. That's the 1100 lumens. So it's just a double tap. and that was from off, and then I'll turn it off here and then show you from on. I'll be on the low mode, but from here it's still just a double tap. That 1100 lumens is only going to run for about 30 seconds or so. Then it's going to drop down to about 900 lumens for about a minute. Then it drops down to 300 lumens for like an hour and a half. So really you only get the 1100 lumens for about 30 seconds. And finally, this does have strobe, so if you're sensitive to the flashing light, you can look away. But same thing, you get to it from off or on, just 3 clicks. I'm going to get this light fully charged here next. Again, we're just going to twist that to expose that USB-C port. Plug that in. We should have a red light. It's on there. It's really kind of faint, kind of hard to see. That will turn green once it's fully charged. Here's what the M70 is going to look like in a pocket. As you can see, it is a fairly deep carry. Definitely less than an inch sticking up there. And if you wanted to go hands-free and use it as a headlamp, easily attaches to the brim of a hat. Alright, let's check out this M70 here in the dark. I'm going to start off with that lowest setting there. I believe that was 10 lumens. We'll go up to the medium next. I believe that was 35. You can see that hotspot is really wide. Almost covers that entire wall over there. Let's go up to the high next. Again, I think it went from 35 lumens up to 400 lumens, so this is a huge bump. And then remember, it will maintain this 400 lumens without any type of step downs. But let's go to the turbo next, the 1100 lumens. And finally, I'm going to go to the strobe, so if you're sensitive to that, you can look away. Alright, now we'll take a look at this M70 outside. There's a row of trees that's about 80 feet away from where I'm standing right now. We'll see if the lowest can reach those trees. Camera is not going to pick that up. I can see them with my regular eyes here, but let's go up to the medium. Again, that's 35 lumens. You can just barely make out the trees on the camera. Go ahead and bump up to the 400. Now you can really see them. See how far this thing throws. Kind of back in between these trees, there's a big tree back here. It's about 100 yards away. I can just faintly make it out on this setting, but let's bump up to the turbo and see if we can see it back there. There you go. See how that throws up there. Well, hopefully seeing those nighttime shots was somewhat beneficial for you. So like I said at the beginning of the video, this brand is new to me, but I think that this M70 is a decent little light. I think it's a good design. It has good build quality. Like the anodization and stuff on it seems to be done really well. The size of it is pretty well on par with other 14500 lights. And the performance out of it is pretty decent as well. I think the user interface is very simple, and I like that it has mode memory. A lot of lights will start off like in low and you got to cycle through every time, but do like the mode memory on it. I like that it has this kind of hidden USB-C port there, and that actually seals up really well. Like there's an O-ring that's right there, and you can feel it kind of cinch down on it. And finally, I like that it's a fairly deep carry and it has this two-way clip on it. A few things I don't necessarily care for. First being is that you cannot service the battery. You cannot replace it, can't get it out. And on that same area, there's only a 1-year warranty with it, which I would prefer that probably be 2 or 3 years since I can't replace the battery. Also, this little indicator here is just a charging indicator. So I wish that it did have some type of battery status indicator so I would know when my battery is getting low and needs to be charged. Another thing to let you guys know about, there is not any type of lockout. You can't twist anything. There's nothing that you can program. It does take some force. Like you're not going to accidentally turn it on. Like I'm hitting it pretty hard here. Like it does take a click, to kind of get it on, but just want to let you know there is not a lockout on it. They're using some type of aluminum tail switch here, which is a really nice touch. However, I do wish there was some texturing on here. I think it'd just be a little bit easier for your thumb to find it, and even from certain angles be able to press in on it a little bit easier if there was some texturing. I also think I mentioned it earlier. There is some pulse width modulation. You can kind of almost see it kind of doing that there. Your eyes do not see that though. It's only through the camera that you see that little bit of flickering. And then the final thing I'll mention is that I do wish that from this lowest setting, which was like around 10 lumens or so, and then the high was around 400, I believe. I wish the medium was a bigger step up. It goes from 10 here to 35, then to 400. I wish medium was more like 100 or 150 or something, because going from low to medium, especially when you're using it, it doesn't look like you changed a whole lot. But overall, I still think it's a pretty decent little light. It's good for EDC, be good to throw in your glove compartment or center console, in your purse, maybe in a tackle box or like an EDC pouch type kit or whatever, because it's pretty small. And these are very inexpensive. They're coming in at $16 at the time of me making this video, so very affordable little lights. And they're available on Amazon. And I'll leave that link down in the video description in case you're interested in finding out more information on the light or if you want to pick one up. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.